Good afternoon to you and welcome to the program. This is Business Incorporated. We thank you very much for joining us live from Lagos. I am Bosun Mafai on the show today. South Africa's watchdog is seeking penalty against at least a dozen commercial banks over foreign exchange market rigging. Meantime, Nigeria's central bank has denied allegations that it is involved in selling foreign exchange at different rates to individuals and corporate organizations. Plus, Egyptian stock exchange beats Nigeria and South Africa in today's trading day. Let's get started from South Africa, where the competition watchdog has recommended fines against major banks including Citigroup, Nomura and Standard Chartered equal to 10% of their annual revenues for rigging the South Africa's currency, the rand. The Competition Commission says it had concluded an investigation into whether these banks colluded by using an instant messaging chat room called Czar Domination, quote unquote, to coordinate their trading activities when giving quotes to customers who buy and sell the local currency. ZAR is the code for the South African rand used in financial markets globally. The Commission, however, did not say if the fines should relate to the global revenues of these banks in question or just their South African business. The probe found that from at least 2007, traders at these commercial banks had an agreement to collude on prices for bids, offers, and bid-offer spreads for spot trades involving the rand and the US dollar. And here in Nigeria, the central bank has denied allegations that the regulator is involved in selling foreign exchange at different rates to individual customers and corporate organizations. The special advisor to the central bank governor, Emmanuel Okeje, in an exclusive telephone chat with Channels Television Business Morning Thursday, says the query issued by the Attorney General of the Federation was in order, but that the issue relates to banks and their customers.
For the avoidance of that, I want to state that it is not out of place for any agency of government to seek clarification on any information from other agencies of government. The CBN, however, as a responsible and responsive institution, we always provide such clarification to enlighten all concerned. And I wish to state categorically that CBN does not deal directly with any bank customer on foreign exchange transactions. This transaction is purely between the deposit money banks and their customers. I also want to make it clear that the figures published were the transactions between the banks and their customers. And you realize, Harriet, that contrary to our policy of transparency, the CBN publishes the reports of purchases and sales of foreign exchange between deposit money banks and their customers as submitted by the banks without editing it. This practice of publishing on our website, of course, started since October last year.
So we're looking at the stock market now, where the Egyptian market has outperformed its major rivals today. Intraday Thursday, we're looking at the Egyptian market 1.64% as we speak, bringing its year-to-date back into into positive territory, I beg your pardon. The Egyptian market is now 2.49% since the year started, erasing earlier losses. And look at the rest of the market. The South African GSE is about 0.04% in the positive, about 12 o'clock Nigerian time. The Nigerian market that started slightly positive is now negative by 0.27%. We're about an hour to the end of trading day. Nigerian Stock Exchange will today admit the third company in 2017, the third listed on the market, 20 billion naira IPO on a real estate is what the stock exchange will admit about 2:30 closing time on our market today. Keep your eyes on that. The Kenyan market soft overnight. Wednesday figure there 124.91. Look at the Middle East market. Let's step to the GCC, where the stock markets edged higher today as global shares held near highs and crude oil prices traded near the average over the past month. The Abu Dhabi market 1% in the green. Dubai financial market 36.50 intraday. The Qatar Stock Exchange 10,819 and the Saudi Tadawul 7,134. Okay, a bit of bad news from Nestle today. Investors took the markets down south when Nestle released numbers, and the chief executive says the restructuring he is going to undertake in 2007 could cost as much as $498 million US dollars. Earnings were the main drivers in the early deals on the European market. But again, we've seen those numbers changing very rapidly. Let's cross over to the Frankfurt Stock Exchange, where Ulrich Barth is standing by, my colleague for DWTV Channel Television there to talk us through the trading day. Ulrich, it's good to have you on the program. Nestle spoke to the market today on the news of that restructuring, nearly $500 million US dollars. This Swiss giant is a very major newsmaker. Compare that for us with Air France KLM profitable fourth quarter earnings.
Yeah, it's a very interesting comparison because Air France is a company that has disappointed shareholders for such a long time, and now it has positive news. And Nestle, which has spoiled shareholders for so many years, basically flat the last 2 years, but before that, way up, and now it has negative news. Nestle has difficulty asking prices, higher prices in the market and getting them. So it is not getting the same profitability as it has and the same growth as in the past years. And the bad news for shareholders is that the new CEO, Ulf Schneider, doesn't really seem to have an answer for a quick fix. It will take perhaps years to get Nestle back on a higher growth path. So that share is losing. Air France, KLM is shooting up. It's climbing steeply, if you will, if you allow me that remark, by about 9% at the moment. Lower jet fuel prices and more planes per passenger there.
But in other corporate news, let's stick with the corporate world, where the GM and Peugeot buyout talk seems to be causing some stir. Germany is worried about likely layoffs if this buyout deal takes place. Clear this for us, Ulrich.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just had a very loud thing in my ear, so I was a little bit shocked. Not at your question, though. Opel has some 18,000 people here in Germany, and you have to imagine from one day to the next, there's a takeover in play. Peugeot maybe taking over Opel, and nobody really in the know. Not even at first the German CEO of Opel, Karl Thomas Neumann. And the politicians were aghast. There were no back corridor talks with them. And so now practically everybody who has something to do with the matter politically is weighing in. There are 3 ministries in the Berlin level, economics, labor, and also transport, the chancellor herself. And remember, it is an election year, and with perhaps massive job cuts in play, nobody knows. It is a political issue, and the politicians can make a tremendous amount of pressure here.
Oh, okay, thank you very much, Ulrich. I guess we'll leave it there for today. I'm sure one of the big stories from your exchange is the Deutsche Börse are facing considerable headwinds in that effort to merge with London Stock Exchange. Well, we're just wondering, why is it difficult to say, I do?